you beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, how was your 4th of July? Or, as we like to say, barbecue day. It is just barbecue day. Mine was amazing. I ended up hosting the 4th very last minute. Was not sure that I was going to have the family over. I had to pull together all the decorations, the food. I didn't want anyone to bring anything. Just come. And they did and had a ball. Last year was something different. It was something different for my family. We won't get into it. However, this year made up for it because when I say we had a ball, we had a ball. But anyway, I hope you guys had a ball as well. And here we are. Let's talk about the pod, you guys. Universally Cool Pod episode 942 started off with Ish and Flip getting into it. Like they got into a heated little argument, which was funny as shit to me because it was an argument about who was more hood. Who was more hood? Honestly, like Flip is like, yeah, they didn't know you outside. And Ish was saying how he got robbed when he was 8 or 9 years old. And it was the craziest thing ever. Then Flip said the wrong thing. He said that Joe saved them both. And Ish sat up and said, he didn't save me. I had money before this nigga. And I said, okay, Ish, you better let him know. Let him know. Speaking of let him know, you guys. So what we learned at the barbecue was that young kids don't like T.I.'s Let 'Em Know. They feel like old people like that song a little too much. They don't get it. And they don't like it, but we move. So yeah, I watched that a few times with Ish and Flip getting into it, and I crack up at the way Ice gets a kick out of it. Ice gets so happy whenever Ish argues with anyone. Whenever he argues with Flip or Joe, like he just gets giddy. Y'all watch Ice next time. I swear to God, he gets giddy. Then we have Joe has his community mad at him because we know that Joe put out this app or whatever, or this website. It's not an app. And I actually did sign up for it. However, I never went back to it because it's not an app. It's a website. I'm not going to continue to go back to a fucking website. I'm just not. Like, get an app for it where I can just click and be in and then we'll see what happens. But a website, no, sir. But apparently he was asking them what they would want in this site or whatever. Like, what would make you guys happy? And they were giving him like a little blueprint of things that worked out for them in their sites and things that they would want. Things that I guess Twitter or whoever was taking away that they still wanted for the community. And Joe ended up, they say, stealing everything and then putting it into a website and then charging them. I think if you have Patreon, it's free or it comes with Patreon. But apparently he wants people who uses his clips to pay $500. I would never, because I am not even monetized yet. So why the fuck would I pay $500? And I avoid using his clips because I always get flagged. I don't know how the others were able to do it anyway. So there's that. But yeah, they're upset with him. And my whole thing with that is, why would you guys be upset with him and Ian when Joe has said, if you have watched him years and years and years, you know that he feels like whenever they give you surveys, whenever they ask you any sort of questions on these apps, did you enjoy this? What would you like for that or whatever? He even said he don't do them because they are stealing your formula. You don't do that for free. You don't give that shit away for free. So I am sorry that you guys gave it away for free, but you did. You did. Like anytime I get a survey and stuff, like call me a follower. I don't know, but he had a point when he said it. So anytime I come across a survey or something online, did you see this ad? How'd you feel about that? I'm not answering shit. Like, I'm not helping you guys with anything. So if you guys have been watching him and you know that he's not giving away his formula for free, why would you give away your formula for free? And that was pretty much, he didn't say that, but like he played the song about getting money. I run New York or whatever. And basically it was just like, don't give a shit if they're mad or whatever. It is what it is. And on the other hand, I feel like if he was trying to make it to where you guys would like it and you get what you need from it, wouldn't you think that that's what he was attempting to do and that's what this website is going to do for you? Like, it implemented the stuff that you guys said you wanted in the website. So did he not deliver on what he was saying he was going to do? I don't know. Again, I don't care because I'm not in the community in that way. And I won't be if it's not converted into an app. A website I won't do. But we move from that. Good luck with the app and everything and him keeping his community together. I think that's a dope idea. And I think Ian is a super smart man. I will tell you that because I really, really do believe that Ian is, well, not even I believe, it's true. Ian is the brains behind the whole thing. So shout out to Ian for making it happen. All right, something else that happened funny in this episode. This actually was an enjoyable episode because they really did touch on some things. Unfortunately, they spoke about the BET Awards for over an hour, which I could care less about it, but I guess some people do. I mean, it was fine. But the mayor of Atlantic City called everyone trying to get in touch with Joe because Joe said he hates Atlantic City. He was calling it all kind of stuff or whatever. And Joe was like, yeah, he doubled down on it basically. Like, yeah, I said what I said. And I'm like, okay, let's see how long he stands on this. Because we know that Joe will change his tune in the blink of an eye. As soon as he speaks to someone, he is suddenly on their team. And they ended up convincing him to call the mayor. So he calls, the mayor doesn't answer. Then the mayor calls right back. And when he calls back, the mayor is just like, hey, what up? Like, what? Like, literally, the mayor was like, yeah, what's up? I was born and raised here. I'm a die-headed. Like, he was so... This should have been called Hood. This episode should have just been called Hood because dude was so hood. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous. And he just kept saying, yeah, I'm connected. Because Joe was like, you called a lot of people to get to me. He's like, because I'm connected and I'm connected. And I'm like, Jesus. So it was hilarious when he hung up the phone and they talked about it. And Ish was like, yeah, he was letting you know that he's connected and it was a threat. And like he didn't speak like a mayor, although it really was him or whatever. But he was just very, very hood. I do believe he's going to end up having him come up there because that is what the mayor wanted to do. You should have me on your show. Everybody wants to come on a goddamn show now. And as a show that is not supposed to be interviewing people or a guy who says he hates interviewing people, that's all we do at this point. So at some point we are going to see this man on here. I might be entertained though. If he is as hood as he sounds, I might be entertained. So we moved from that, and I think that was it for Universally Cool, episode 942. Let's move on to Spinach Dip, episode 953. Ish wasn't there, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it is different when Ish isn't there. Now, I'm not saying that Ish carries the show because he doesn't. However, it is different when Ish isn't there. Like, there's a certain energy that's just kind of off. Mona was there, however, so it was cool. Marc was back, because wasn't Marc missing for one or two as well? I don't know. I don't really care. But Marc was there. He spoke about how his studio got flooded. Their content house, was flooded. And they went there to check on it. And his wife decided to stay there a few days so that she could finish writing her book or to write the book. And they was just looking around. I'm like, Marc is absolutely never, ever, ever beating these allegations because his wife is not trying to be bothered with him at all. And Mona's like, yo, so whenever she leaves and does her thing or whatever, who keeps the kid? Marc keeps the kid every time. Marc keeps the kid every time. And listen, Mona was like, that bitch is something else. And I say, yes, she is. She got her one. Martin, he's sitting up there and I just miss her very much. She has been gone for days. And I'm like, oh my God, what did he do? First of all, I don't know how she could even deal with Marc on a regular basis. I don't. I'm sorry. At first, y'all know I used to love me some Dr. Marc, but he just turned out to be so annoying, so fucking annoying. And then to find out that he is a mess, he's messy, because we found out in today's episode, I'm jumping ahead, but that he's messy. He said he just comes in and take off his jeans and leave them there until the maid comes. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I don't know how she deals with him. And then the loud talking, the stuttering, the always trying to be funny when it's not always funny. Stuff isn't always funny. I don't know, but we move. All right, so we moved to today's Patreon episode. You guys, last week they didn't give us any behind the scenes or anything, so that's all we got. So we got the Patreon, and Mona's still there. She leaves in the middle, but she's still there for a little bit. And they talk about how Marc is trying to fix her up with people. He tried to fix her up with his barber, and then he said he got 2 cousins that she might like. So that was a funny little segment. I don't think Mona is trying to really talk to anybody that knows any of them. She says she wants to have a whole phase, though. She really wants to have a whole phase because she never had one. And Marc was just like, yeah, I don't think you can have one because you're just not wired that way. And you guys, unfortunately, I feel like I'm the same way. Like, I just want to dog niggas out at this point. Like, I do. I want this to be my villain. What do they call it? My villain origin story or whatever. Origination. My villain origin story. Do I have to go back and cut that out? I'm not. Y'all know what I was talking about. My origin story. But I can't. And it's so funny because she's an Aquarius as well. I'm not wired that way. She's not wired that way. We're lover girls. Like, we just are. I can't like one person and like somebody else too. And like I can't. If I like you, I like you. And I don't like him. And I would not like to talk to him and him and him. Although I really want to. I swear to God I want to, but I can't do it. You guys, I have never cheated ever in life on not one boyfriend. Even the cheaters. I've never cheated on anyone and never had a whole phase. But I'm not mad about that because you know what? I have always been very in tune with myself and my body and knowing that what I have is very important. And you have to actually you have to deserve what I have going on. Like, I just can't be offering it up to any and everybody. It is just not for that. And it is very sacred. Like, I just really wish more women were like me. I'm just kidding. But no, I just wish more women understood the value of what it is. And I think a lot of people wouldn't have a whole phase. It's just really unnecessary. You don't win. The woman don't win in her whole phase. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe you do. If you like doing it that much or whatever, and you like all these different peens or whatever, then you do win. However, the man to me seems to be the ultimate winner in the whole thing. So do they deserve it? I am having a hard time speaking. I don't know. And I'm not going back to cut that out. But do they deserve it? No. I'm sorry. I am being so rough on you men. Yeah, no. All right, you guys. So then they talked about Mano trying to talk to Mona, which, you know, of course he was joking or whatever. I mean, he would probably do her if she said okay. But yeah, he was hitting on her at the BET Awards thing. Sasha was there, and who cares and why? Why is she there so much now? Why is she there so much now? And you guys, I wanted to go and clip up every time Sasha asked a question and they just completely and totally overlooked her. As soon as Mona left, Sasha could not get a word in edgewise. Like, once again, everything she said, they just overlooked. It's crazy. If we are not focused on you and trying to, you know, say stuff about the way you look, or they spoke about her fiance and he has been messing up lately, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. We don't care. Like, I can care less about Sasha and her life. So there's that. Like, I just don't understand why she keeps coming there. Let's see. Oh, she said her fiance isn't ready to be married. And if you know this, then why are you his fiance and why are you wasting your time? Didn't she say they were together for like, 6-7 years? Something ridiculous where you are allowing this man to waste your time? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't understand what's wrong with women. We move. Joe was telling stories about his home life now. This fool is keeping count. This fool is keeping count of the days. Mona said, stop doing that. He is grading them, giving them an A and a C and all kind of stuff. And the dog apparently bit him and scratched him and just So much going on. And I'm going to have to agree with Ice that we are going to get some good stories. I do believe we're going to get some good home stories because already he has an issue with the way the daughter is knocking on their bedroom door. He is having an issue with the way the house is looking. And they've only been there 3 days. Well, at the point when they were potting, it had only been 3 days. And I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be hilarious. You just moved a whole entire family into your home and you're used to living alone now at this point. It's been years since he's lived with. Yeah, it interesting. And I am very interested. Mark says he's messy. He feels like he's on the spectrum. And I feel like he is as well. So there's that. We move. Mark got up for water. And Joe said, what are you doing? Where are you going? He said, I'm going to go get a drink of water. He said, you just sat down. And I already talked to him about, and whenever Joe is serious, and I hate when he does this because he always makes light of it, which is why they don't take him seriously. He said, I spoke to him and told him that I would rather you let me know and then we stop recording or what, and you still get up and go. And he still got up and got his water and then sat down and had something to say. And yeah, Mark is so fucking unprofessional. It's unreal. And he had the nerve to come up with the idea of going out and doing the live show or live shows with the cast without Joe and calling it the No Button Podcast. Or who the fuck would want to see them without Joe? I'm sorry. Joe does need help, so I don't think Joe can carry a podcast by himself. So it does need to be an ensemble cast. However, these goof troops, all of them, none of them are entertaining enough. Like Joe knows how to pull shit out of them. Joe is annoying. He's a dick. He's all that. However, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to get a little something to keep people engaged. And that's what he does. And these boring ass people want to go to a live absolutely not. I wish I would. I would have absolutely. And then Sasha sitting there thinking she is invited. Girl, bye. And then Mark was like, yeah, so what about 5,000 for you show? And she's like, yeah, I like 10 better. He's like, well, you're new. And I'm like, well, nobody wants you. So how about none a show? How about no shows for you? How about that? Let's see. Anything else happened on this particular episode? Nope. Oh, Flip came. He came late and said that he re-signed his contract and good for him. He'll be there once a week. And I think that's what he was doing anyway, right? Or was he doing Patreons as well? I don't know, y'all. I can't keep up. But yeah, so good for him. No one thought he was leaving anyway. So there's that. All right, you guys, that is the end. Thank you so much, especially if you made it to the end. You are the real MVP. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I am trying to get to 1,000 at some point this year. We would love to have you be part of the Beautiful People family. Like the video, you guys. And it helps to push the video out. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. Let me know what you feel in the comments. A lot more people have been engaging. People have been calling me out on shit and everything. And I'm not mad at it. I actually love hearing the different perspectives. So tell me what you think. All right, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Smooches.